Okay, we're recording, so hello! Welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm, Alex. I'm gonna move the mic here, because I'm just getting started streaming for now, and I'm noticing the mic can get a hell of a lot closer to where I am. There we go. And still be out of camera. Out of frame, not out of camera. We're hopping back in here. Now, as I recall, we had just allied up with the Deltan Union, and therefore the Bolian League, I believe, making the Deltans and the Bolians on our next on our to-do list, as it were. Believe that we just got a few more ship types, none of which I was particularly excited about. We got the Walker, which is noteworthy because it means we're entering the Discovery era, I believe, but I still like the NX class cruisers quite a bit more for now. Right. I'm researching something I was excited about, aren't I? Yeah, I'm getting Ares and Nimitz classes next. Ares will have a potential evasion of 45, pretty low, but the Ares gets bonus to damage output, which is pretty noteworthy. And the Nimitz class... Oh man, I really should have kept these notes in alphabetical order. That would make this a lot easier to see. I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. Let's not belabor the point, go ahead and unpause, and let this go. Now, we are losing influence, but I'm doing so intentionally. As you can see, a lot of this is going into lowering support for authoritarianism, boosting materialism, xenophilia, and egalitarianism. Is somewhat necessary since our incorporation of Zade Prime and the Zindi, because the Zindi are very authoritarian and xenophobic folks.
Construction complete.
And their planet is somewhat rebellious. The Oscan Hunters have become more egalitarian. That's a delight. Now, Orbital Hospital would make you grow faster, but what I really want are structures to increase happiness or decrease your chance of rebelling, but we're not going to get those for a while, I think.
Survey complete.
Alrighty. I totally lost all context of what we were doing. So the Zal have made peace with the Kazon. The Hakonian Order have taken 2 territories in Tarak and Markov Kaido. These 2, Clanton, Kayana, Nahedron, have gone to the Zal. Where the fuck are the Zal? Is that Trabe? Ah, the Zal have taken Kiana, Nihydron, and Clanton. So these 3, the Trabe and Kazons, have been significantly impacted. With the Borg in the neighborhood, they probably won't last very long anyhow, but it's interesting. I want to be surveying northward, or coreward here, so we can try to enclose the Romulans. That's the very long-term plan. You're done in Hakona. I don't have anything else for you. Now, let's go ahead and unpause. How are we doing on minerals? We have quite a reserve of resources to invest. Who this? Bolian League is now the leader of our federation? Shit. Okay. Sure. Trust, that's a fair deal. Speaking of trust, the Klingons were at least at one point generating trust. They trust us almost as much as the Bolians do. They consider us friendly. Now, the vast majority of this is the favorable trade deal that we gave them, but even after that depreciates, our increased trust with the Klingons should make it so that we don't ever switch back into them hating us. It's interesting. Didn't realize you could so permanently impact someone's opinion of you with a few well-placed bribes. I was under the impression it would be a lot more of a short-term benefit. Pretty cool. Now our fleet capacity got raised, which is why, yep, I am building 2 more NX class explorers here. the Sol system. The medium-term goal is to use our increased fleet size to force our ideology onto the Orion Free States, mostly because I want their construction methods. Their construction methods boost evasion.
Survey complete.
I like evasion, so that's what I want.
Construction
Short term,
complete.
maybe going evasion won't be that good. Shields are pretty damn useful against damn near everyone except the Borg, but I'm building with an inevitable Borg conflict in my mind because that's, in my experience, inevitably how almost every game ends. If we get to that point. We may not get to that point. I should just be trying to enjoy the ride. Until then, I'm really happy to see that there are small wars, but wars all the same happening up here. I'd really love to see a different outcome than what we had before. Somebody beside the Borg blowing up and becoming a massive imperial power, but, well, you know, I'll see if or when it happens. Until then, I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. Asdian, survey. Now, our fleet is down here. Yeah, here it is. The Enterprise fleet. What a creative name. Have 10 ships, all NX class cruisers. Total fleet strength of 4K. That's not...
Initiating
Not
communication. Initiating communications.
Yes, you got yourself a deal. That is a fantastic deal. Can I upgrade starbases to a higher level? No. Okay, once we get to superior starbase technology, we're really going to take off in terms of being able to spend minerals as quickly as we're getting it, more quickly than we're getting it actually. But for now, we're starting to get to the point of the game where you start snowballing in minerals a little bit. Here at the end of the month, we'll have the Ares and the Nimitz to look into spending money on. No, I'm not feeling 100% on that.
Technology discovered.
Ah, I can build a new starbase. Interesting. Now, part of me really wants to put it in here. Yeah, let's upgrade the Argolis cluster. I was about to say, but I know I should put it up here, and I do know I should put it up here. But given that the Cardassians and Temerians are down here, I do want a vague front line of starbases. Okay, cool. I guess form-fitting force fields? Yeah, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but we can take a look at it. Now let's take a look at the Nimitz. Ah, god. We have NX, we have Hoover, we have Cardenas, we have... Oh, thank god I can scroll down here. Poseidon, we have Walker, we do not have an Ares, nor do we have an Nimitz. So the Ares is more expensive, 10% bonus weapon damage, extra hull points, extra armor, hull, and shield. So, tankier. I like that. Required tactical Ares. These are not actually required, but it requires that it be an Ares to be built. 12% weapon damage output. That's really goddamn good. Maybe I should build the Ares into what it wants to be built into rather than what I want to build it into. What I want to build it into is a weapon platform with a hell of a lot of evasion. But what I should build it into might be something altogether different. The tunneling phasers are absolutely the way to go here. Give me the armor shield penetration. This is just extra shield damage. Throw some photon torpedoes onto this piece. I do not know. Inertial dampers. Yeah, getting up to a total of 37. 45% reduction to evasion is substantial. Very substantial. Not into it. Not into it. Armor plating is really the best I can do, huh? Yeah, I suppose so. So this is what we get. The damage output is notable on the Ares. Seriously, that's considerable. Take that 87 and let's go into Fleet Manager here. compare that to any other design we have. The Ares has a damage output of 87. It's almost double of what the Walker has. Now its speed, and we can compare the speed here, good, is 98. Currently the Cardenas, the Hoover, NX is faster than the Hoover. The NX class is our fastest ship, next to the Emmets, but the Emmets are tiny and garbage. And as I covered the last time we streamed this, speed is something that is exceptionally important. Exceptionally important. Because that can make the difference between it taking months to get somewhere and it taking years to get somewhere. Now, let's take a look at the Nimitz before I'm done saying I'm not using heavy cruisers, but unless pressed, I'm probably not going to use heavy cruisers. The Nimitz has... oh, it's missing an icon. Again, weapons, armor, hull, shield. Oh, yeah, it's good. It's quite good. But I'm probably still not going to use it for the aforementioned reasons. Take a look here. 8.53. Yep, Pulse Phaser Bank Type 2 is the best that we can pop down in here. And that realization that there are pulse and dual phasers we might not be using makes me want to go double check the NX class to make sure it's using exactly what it should be using. Yeah, the evasion highest we can get here is 36. Now, the point of these ships is not to be the most maneuverable things in space. They're not supposed to be fast. They're not supposed to be maneuverable. They're supposed to hit hard. And Jesus, look, 92, they do that. They do that really well. But I want ships that have obscene amounts of survivability, and I do mean pretty obscene amounts of survivability. I don't want good survivability, I want ludicrous survivability. Now we're still running into problems with power issues here, as we can't upgrade these to photon torpedoes, and I'm very much wanting to. I'm hoping with the NX class we can give it a new engine type, new warp engine, that might help with our power problems, but given the tech system introduced, eventually the NX will just stop being able to use new weapon types. And at that point we're going to have to seriously reconsider its role in our fleet. Certainly can't stay as our mainstay at that point. Alright. Yeah, it looks totally doable to encapsulate the Romulans here. The real question is how long it takes to integrate the Deltan Union and get into the galactic core here. Now, the Shiliak seem to have settled in their expansion a little bit. They're not pushing to the core as hard as they used to be, but they may be. The Vidians and the Kravik Imperium are at war. Now, the Vidians are not allied with anyone. You are at war with just the Kravik. Kravik... ah, no, the Praetor still exist. But you're not at war with the Praetor. Beep, beep, whoop, whoop.
Beep,
beep, boop, boop. Okay, alright. Oh, we can't get to Washington. Ah, oh. Alright, fair enough. Why don't you move up to Gamma Hydrae, and we'll reassign you once you're on base.
Initiating communications.
Okay. Terrible deal. I'm assuming our starbases are all up to... God, if only there were a starbase manager. Like there is a planet manager, if I could just hop in there and at a glance see how many of them are producing science and energy in the correct quantities. Alas, I cannot. Crew quarters are nice. Yeah, no, that's fine. Ooh, hello Metron Consortium, what do you want? You want me to give you Nishant Venktesan. Who is Nishant Venktesan? Venktesan. Probably a scientist? Are they a good scientist? You know, he's okay. Human, maniacal, he's 105 years old. He's not gonna live that long. So, yep, you know what, Metron Consortium? You got it. Do I want to rename something in your honor? You know? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's call this Nishant, because I shan't be trying to pronounce his last name ever again. I know my limits. Let's get you a replacement leader. Yeah, I'll hire that doctor and then immediately get rid of that doctor. So, interspecies medical exchange, right? Interspecies, is that not what you're called? Has the interspecies medical exchange program not been founded? Now that is on YouTube. I'm 90% sure. Thanks! I don't know why that alert, I haven't gotten rid of that alert yet. Fuck. So the reason I hired a doctor is with the interspecies medical exchange program, which I assumed was a thing, but I'm not seeing on here. It's a great way to parlay energy into influence, because you could give them doctors and they would give you influence for every doctor that you gave them. I'm not seeing it. Damn, okay. I don't know if that's been cut or just revised. Yeah, you gotta go. You are a doctor, and you're valued because of that, but you gotta go. Malik here, way better. Malik, way better. You're human, you're Betazoid, so you're researching the right thing. Yeah, okay. So I can go ahead and give this wonderful genius, Malik Bakir,
affirmative.
on command. We have a number of telepathic races. We have the Anar, the Betazoids, the Deltans. I was about to say the Tellarites. I'm like, that's not right. The Vulcans. Yeah, a fair amount of our population are telepathic. In fact, well over 50% of our population are telepaths. And eventually humans, assuming the tech tree is the way it used to be, will become telepaths as well. Neat. Okay, I have access to your borders, which I'm assuming not a lot of folks do. This would be a good time to go down and survey, as they might have some interesting stuff within their borders, as might the First Federation, but we're not there right now, so we're gonna take a hard pass on that.
Founded.
Just
Technology
keep trying.
discovered.
Expand and explore in our own backyard. Zadi could use an upgrade, Nadir could use an upgrade, Ashant can definitely use an upgrade, Alpha Centauri B2 can also use an upgrade. Now we just finished Way? Was that Way? And it just, yeah, it automatically went in here. Cool. Tell you what, game, I don't trust the Sector AI to build things ever, and I certainly don't trust that. Jesus Christ, this is a lot of food. This is an obscene amount of food. I'll be coming back here later to rip up half of these farms. Giant waves, bonus physics production, but there's no physics on this planet, so this just sucks. Psychotropic pollen, great, yeah, wow. Walanda 25372, not a good planet. Traditions available. Now, we embrace diplomatic traditions to try to make people a little bit happier. By that I mean make our factions a little bit happier. Now, you want universal healthcare, can't give you that. You want preservation and diversity. You want discovery. Preservation would decrease the construction costs of medical and green buildings by 25%. That's dumb. Diversity would decrease the construction of academic and cultural buildings by 25%, also dumb. Discovery would unlock the auto-explore option, which would be actually kind of nice. Finishing Federation would give us reduced building cost in an Ascension slot. The Ascension slot is nice. Unique Federation policy could be pretty cool, though for the time being we're mostly just annexing people. Starfleet Medical is okay. Diplomacy, is there anything in here that's good? Trust growth is always nice. Interstellar cultural exchange is nice. Unity output boost could be fairly nice as well. Huh. Now, the happier I make these folks, the more influence we get, and we might be able to not increase it by 1.3, but increase it at least somewhat. But you know what? I'm just gonna try to finish up the Federation tree for now. The building cost reduction is ridiculous, but a new Ascension perk, or Ascension idea, I can use that. That sounds nice. Alright, Flaxians, you're very nice neighbors. Crew quarters actually means we can make substantial upgrades to some things we're currently using, like construction ships and science ships, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, nitrate compost heap would be nice, just because it would allow us to build on these two unbrightseen nitrate deposits. Just be done with it. Fleet Academy is very good. Xeno-Anthropological Research Center, however, is what I'm going for because this gives a ass ton of society research, and there are at least 2 systems where we could potentially build this. I think Deneb Kaitos is the only one. Yeah, Corridon is totally uncolonized. Probably not worth it, but Deneb Kaitos 5, we could plop this down. That would make me quite happy. Now, if it weren't for the Deltan Union going into the core, I was actually thinking about holding off for quite some time on expanding into the core. But I'm not about to stand in the way of the game's expansionism on my behalf.
Technology discovered.
Well, Breacher phasers are cool. We should probably go back, take a look if we can use these. I say probably. I'm not going to do it. I just recognize that I should. Different subspace differential sensor arrays. Those, if we go and upgrade our science ships, will help make all of those a little bit better. Not significantly, but a little bit. It increases, I believe, their anomaly detection rate, anomaly discovery rate, as well as sensor range, and maybe even survey speed. I don't remember if that actually impacts their survey speed, but it helps out a lot of other helpful stuff. I totally forget where we are producing.
Construction complete.
Dilithium and where we aren't. One on Nadir. There's one on Hunter. Excellent, okay. Didn't I made a comment about Halka, that I'll need to remember to build one on the Halka system once we have that colonized? Yeah, I'm remembering that. Good. Halka's already slated for colonization. Dope. You are on your way there? USS Brazil? Okay, cool. I can live with that. Who's at war? Someone! Oh, the Vidians and the Kravik, that's right. What did you declare this war for? Pacification. I suppose you're rivaled then?
Survey complete.
You are, okay. How's that going?
Technology discovered.
Now the Kravik might actually share... Yeah, you would. You would share sensors with me. Delightful. How's this war going? Out of curiosity.
Construction complete.
Alright, the Kravik are getting their asses handed to them. All the ships look horribly the same. No, do Vidians have unique ship sets? They might. I think that they do. Alright. Form-fitting force fields is not super exciting. Let's get better torpedoes. Pulse wave torpedoes are really good against armor, is that right? Yeah, good against armor, not so great against shields, though torpedoes never are. Nice to see the AI being a bit more aggressive, though not stupidly aggressive. Well, we have that. I don't know why this isn't filled in. That's okay.
War has broken out.
Ooh. The Borg and the Krenim. Yep, okay, Krenim are gone. Maybe not yet, but soon. Very soon. Ferengi and Sheliak hate each other. Do you even border? Oh, I suppose you do now. Navarites and Agrathi are at odds. Are you actually allied with anyone? You are not. The Navarite are not either. No, not yet. Though they buddy up pretty quickly. Eventually. I'll go ahead and survey this. I'm not even sure that I want it. I might just want it to keep it away from the Romulans, but that's not most pure of intentions. Oh god. To encircle them, we're gonna have to go up here, down. Okay, whatever. Yeah, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Let's go survey Windberg.
Initiating communications.
Terrible. And wonderful. Hell yeah. Deltan Union would give me a bunch of minerals for a research agreement.
Construction
okay.
complete.
We're already in the same coalition. I probably would have done that for free. Thank you for the unnecessary bribe, though. I can get on board with that. Yep, we're just playing the waiting game down here. Feels a little silly that I can just encircle the Romulans like this. I think the reason that we're able to pull this off and the Romulans' growth has been so limited is our influence has gone up significantly because we have shared communications with so many folks. I'm gonna go ahead and share communications with the Romulans to boost their influence. Just in the hopes that they expand a little bit more. That should probably be a house rule. It's a little late for that now, but if on future campaigns I should have a house rule where I don't trade for communications, or I have to go explore and find someone myself, because sharing communications can break things
for the glory of
pretty hardcore and can cause some real juddery progression. Ooh, we haven't even begun this session talks. Ah, well, Deltans. Let's talk. Alright, I should probably stop boosting and condemning. The Anti-Federation League, despite me trying to shrink it, has grown by 2 members. I think favorite research has grown as well, but we're gonna go in here and stop promoting this. Gets us at least not losing anything. I do like materialism, but not that much. Not that much. Get out of here. This should be done in just under 2 weeks. Our goal is cluster station. It's not going to be anything remarkable. It's going to be a orbital science center, trade depots. That is it. The Alpha Centauri system He's ready to be thrown into a sector once I fuck down these buildings. That's actually quite welcome. And then you get a natural resort. Beautiful. Shant. Give you a power hub. Yeah. Alright, absolutely you get an interstellar academy. You likewise will absolutely get a trading center, but you know what?
Complete.
I was about to say let's give you a Saurian embassy or Trill embassy or a Vulcan embassy, but we have too many embassies. Let's just give you a good old heroic landmark. Be done with it. Alpha Centauri can now join a sector. I think it's going into Axanar. Is that right? Yeah, Axanar is small. Needs some growth. There you go. Post-weight torpedoes are done. Nothing remarkable. Pericium hull would be cool, but powered exoskeletons are cheaper, so let's go for that.
Anomaly detected.
Naval ruins, impressive structures, litter a small area on the surface of Lindbergh 2, practically begging for archaeological work. Not going to be anything super good or interesting, but we'll go ahead and grab that. Let's have you, Sojourner, go up to... oh god, have to take the long way around. Iota Hydri, so you can help out over there. You're done here. And this isn't... okay. Ooh. I didn't realize our naval capacity bumped up even more. Excellent. Why is that? Federation member policy Starfleet focus. Naval Command buoy network. Process dilithium 3. Is that... why did this go up? I'm happy that this raised. Maybe it's because dilithium finally kicked in. What would that be, a difference of 30? No, I'm looking at a difference of 50. What the hell caused it?
Survey complete.
Federation member policy Starfleet focus? Maybe. Because we haven't set our focus. Maybe that's the default focus. Yeah,
Construction
sure. USS
complete. Einstein
needs a new leader. I suppose, Einar, you're the youngest, you're cheaper to recruit, which means, nah, let's get this Betazoid in the chair, the Hobson system. Yo, cool. Goo her. Raising. That's... yep, that should be good. This is very quiet.
Technology discovered.
Shouldn't be complaining, and I'm not complaining, though I'm a little disappointed at the expansion rate of our neighbors, but I recognize that's very much... it's likely due to the way I'm getting influence from discovering everyone on the map, whereas no one else is being quite so mechanically centric about that. Orbital prisons would be very nice, lower the unrest in the Azadi system, and for that alone, I'm going to research it. Hawking observatories are dope, but you know what, right now, I'd rather just handle the angry Zindi. 18 more society research. Society research, particularly in this mod, is just dominates the rest.
The aliens have formed a
There's
federation.
many structures that give you society research, less that give you other things. So the Iconian Order and the Zal Technocracy have finally formed a coalition. Makes sense. Huh. Well, the Krenim are going to fall. Do I think the Zal and the Hakonians can hold off the Borg? Probably not, but they might make a good fight of it. The Shiliak now hate the Breen as well. You don't even border the Breen, but you come very close. The Breen have a lot of room in here, as do the Cardassians. These xenophobes got all of this room to expand into over here that I can't touch or compete with. It's actually kind of exciting. You know, not exciting in the sense that it's good for us, but exciting in the sense that it's interesting.
Survey complete.
Epsilon Pavonis, delightful. Why don't I have you just head over to Iota? Actually, move over to Keel, because that's already been surveyed. Making me very tempted to pick up the Discovery
Technology
tree
discovered.
just so I can put all of these on auto-survey. Do a little bit less micromanaging. Tachyon detection grid is done. Dedicated phaser is probably what I should go for. It's only for starbases, right? Yeah, so I don't think that'll get... we're gonna get any mileage out of that at all, but it doesn't hurt to pick it up. It doesn't hurt at all. What is starting to hurt me a little bit, and hurt in a positive way, I suppose, is our extreme excess in terms of mineral and energy. I have to find a way to spend that soon. The structures on Lindbergh are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground, or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Glenn Bell notes that many contraptions are highly complex creations we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to humans, it looks mostly like a place you'd want to take your young to let them amuse themselves. Get some science. Hard to complain about that. That's less than a month's worth of science, but whatever. It's something. Fleet manager, what is our... yeah, you know what? Just... need 2 more NX-class ships.
Construction complete.
I can definitely afford to reinforce this fleet. What the fuck are you on about?
Construction complete.
What? Oh, why are you... Can I not build any more NX-class ships? Is that the deal? That can't be right. Give me this. Ah, look, I can't! I can't, they're out of date, I can't build them anymore. Interesting, but I still have the blueprint. Oh, that's confusing. Well, okay, that's neat. You know, actually... So the Starfleet Naval Museum, I'm going to want to build... now. The reason I want to build that now, even though it's prohibitively expensive and doesn't really provide a lot of immediate benefit, is because it has cool mechanics that we haven't engaged with. Mostly it's just that. Alright, Shenandoah class. Build me a new Shenandoah. Ah, okay, well then it's probably for the best. I'm saving up my minerals because it's looking like I'm going to need to retrofit this entire fleet. Which, although it may seem a daunting prospect, is actually quite an exciting prospect for me. Because I'm gonna have to settle for a ship type I'm not excited about. So we have the Emmet, the Bonaventure, the Hoover, the Cardenas, the Walker, the Nimitz, the Ares. Really, the Emmets are still okay. Weird. I guess that's okay. The Walker, I believe, is the replacement for the NX class. The Klingon Empire is having a civil war. The House of Osto is typically my favorite. But the House of Osto aren't a thing. It's Intix and Shago.
You honor my house.
Nah, you didn't say Mev.
You honor my house.
Nope, didn't say Mev.
Tlak witch chuka blue pool.
Nope.
You honor honor.
Oh, alright. Nope. None of you get my favor, because you're not saying Mev. And that's... How else am I supposed to fall in love with you? Okay, Advanced Cruiser Blueprints. Advanced cruisers are the only ships capable of equipping advanced types of warp engines. Interesting. You can also equip sniper weapons and extra large energy weapons. Yeah, let's do this. If I'm having to switch out the NX class, I might as well do it with something that I can continue upgrading with faster and faster warp drives. Though for how long, who knows. What's the restriction on this? This can just be built anywhere. Oh. Fuck, build it. Where do I want this? Do I want it in orbit of Saturn? Jupiter? Let's put it on Mercury. It's nearby, but it won't clutter up as much as putting it on the moon. Haskins. Is anyone surveying Haskins? They are not? Well, Lindbergh? There you go. Do I have somebody moving to Iota or Epsilon Pavonis? I do not. Well, now I do. Is that Romulan? You're moving to Delta in the sky. It means they're building out this way. Atmospheric storms. Massive storms are visible in the upper atmosphere of Bumgarner 5. Might be worth to visit. Might be worth the effort to study them in more detail. Yeah, absolutely sure. Bumgarner. What a name.
Construction complete.
Okay, Angle, Shepherd, Crossfield. Do I recall any of these? Angle has a maximum evasion of 57. Crossfield, I don't think I checked out. And the Shepherd has a max evasion of 49, so of what I'm seeing, the Angle class is probably the one I want the most. Well, here's hoping that the Crossfield impresses me. Nope, horrible deal.
You honor my house.
Sure, whatever. Now let's see if you jokers actually fight each other, or if you just talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my weight behind the Klingons. I'm giving them money because I want to see this fight. It's Acamarian sovereignty, you have a tiny fleet. Alright, well you're moving to attack the House of Shakal. But your fleets are not super strong. Of course, your enemies aren't very strong either.
Establishing colony.
No, I wanted to do this. These are fairly fast. Right, new colony, that's decently exciting. Nope, Kelpians, that is a horrible deal. Bye. Oh, they are turning. I thought it was me. Like, how am I turning the camera by not turning the camera? We just got a new colony. done somewhere, but it's not one I'm directly controlling, so I suppose that doesn't... Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. It is Halka. Alright. This I do want to keep an eye on. Ydaran Union Expansionism. Well, good luck with that. The Ydaran Union have looked with envy on their galactic neighbors' growth in territory and prestige. Many factions on Yadera Prime have pushed the government to commit to exploration and expansion into the galaxy and reject the isolationism of the past. Yeah, that's not great. Very not great. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I wasn't looking at Twitch for a while. Sometimes it's easy to get completely sucked in by the UI. We can take a look at
Technology discovered.
living standards as a way to increase our consumer goods. That would make people slightly happier. Would that be worth it? Hold on. Stellaris happiness. Happiness each? Yeah. Okay. So the effect of happiness is if you were at 61 or greater happiness, which the vast majority of our populace already is, judging by the factions. Yeah, the vast majority already is. You produce up to 20% bonus food, or up to 20% bonus energy, minerals, research, governing ethics, attraction, up to minus 20% unrest, and that's pretty good. Unhappiness. Yeah, you know what? We're the fucking Federation. Let's just set rights. Oh, academic, that's not a thing anymore. And basic income is the Federation way, but we don't have high enough prosperity. For now, let's just move on up to institutionalized charity. You'll see our income go from 403. I didn't change the default rates. 403 to... nothing. Oh god, I have to change this for everyone. No, I can't just... I can't click reset the default. Oh boy, okay. Institutionalized charity. Human institutionalized charity. Andorian. It was at 403. 403 is the value that was previously at. So we've already lost 10 a month. I have Ferengi? Huh! I didn't realize we had Ferengi in our empire. How about that? Uridians and the Arboreals, Denobulans, Tosians. Ah, okay, you have switched over. And that's it. Yeah, so that took a slight dip. But that may have, in a very insignificant way, boosted our science and unity output a little bit. Sys research, absolutely. Extreme storms. Bumgarner 5 frequently experiences massive and extremely violent storms in its atmosphere. Several dozen persistent storms are visible from orbit, with winds often reaching speeds in excess of 700 meters per second. The cause of these storms is not immediately apparent, as we have found nothing on the planet's climate model that would explain them. Our scientists are interested in studying this anomaly. Okay. Very interesting. Keel.
Construction
Move on
complete.
up to Keel, I suppose.
Survey complete.
Pirates, okay. So I want to go into top, but to do that I need to go to Limburg, and then Limburg I need to go to Wumjian. Wumjian? here. We need to move in here. As enthusiastic as I have been about our expansion, we might actually be tapped out fairly soon. I have to slow things down a bit. That would probably be for the best. I'm making a decently intense effort to integrate the Deltan Union as quickly as possible. I don't mind their expansion, but honestly, it can feel a bit cheaty to incorporate big nations. It's very hard for the AI to keep up on a level playing field, and sometimes playing the Federation feel like you have the deck stacked in your favor. RB7. Ah, you have the Xenoanthropological Center. Yeah, okay.
Construction complete. Technology discovered.
Orbital prison, that will be for hold the phone, that will be for the Azadi system. Triclitic life support system could be nice. Population growth speed would benefit every planet, but I'm going to go with advanced fertilization techniques, as this isn't a super amazing building, but I do have places where it could be built, and I would like to fill in those tiles. Now let's go look at Azadi. Shit. Let's give you orbital prison to help your unrest a little bit. Talk to the USS Drake over here in the Baumgartner system. Small space station of some kind has been built into a stable asteroid around 32 PX 9000. It appears to be deserted.
Construction complete.
My dear, I'm keeping. How's our food on Earth? We are overproducing by 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. We are overproducing by 1. Never mind, I'm not going to cut anything. How about on Mars? On Mars, we are currently overproducing food by 9. 8, 7. By 7, I can't cut anything. Fair enough. Lalanda is nowhere near far enough to even think about cutting anything. They don't have anything to cut. Federation Council, review Deltan Union. The highest intensity we can go. And there we go, that slows down our expansion in terms of building anything on our borders. This is why I'm researching? Yep. This is good. Okay.
Technology discovered.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm delighted to look at these new ships. Next generation starship technologies. The Saladin, the Kelvin, the Miranda. The Miranda is very good. The others are likely quite good. Let's take a look at our new ship types. So I gotta replace those NX classes. I'd like to do so with something new and interesting. Yeah, the NX just isn't here anymore. Oh, in fact, it's not even on here anymore. Ah, clever. Clever game. Emmett Angle, Bonaventure. Now, the Angle is new. Is it? Yes, with the warp speed and sublight speed bonus, you bet your ass this is new. So the Angle is new. The Angle, I don't think, gets a very good evasion rating, but that sublight speed bonus might make a big difference in my consideration here. Yeah, the evasion maximum is 57, but the bonus of sublight speed is pretty big. What? Tunneling phasers. Obviously do the most here. You have pulse phaser banks type 2. Those are considerably better. 8.33, 8.53. Yep, those are better. Photon torpedoes. Let's go ahead, give you an inertial damper. Switch you off of this. Magnesite hull. Ah, but you can't have... Interesting. I mean, it is a frigate. It's not a cruiser. But interesting. Armor or hull? You know what? Armor? Honestly? So the Angle is very interesting. Damage output is okay. Evasion is okay. I bet its speed looks good, but not what I'm looking for. Bonaventure we have. Shepard. is new. Let's take a look at the Shepherd class. Alright, that's interesting. Heavy weapon, light cruiser, and torpedo barrage. Secondary hull is what I'm gonna go with. Let's just line this up first. So the light cruiser, 7, 8, 8.5. Light cruiser section is 36.64. 36.64. 36.64. Heavy weapons does more. Torpedo barrage does probably the least. Pulse wave torpedoes are the best. 37.59, or what was this again? 40, yep. So the Shepherd class light cruiser, look at this thing. What the hell? Yo dog, we put the nacelles in the saucer. But it still looks like it's such a weird design. Alright, whatever. So the Shepherd class gets a bonus to weapons damage, fitting. Science console is nice. The rest of these are fine and completely normal. Secondary hull, we can give you inertial dampers. Your hull, your evasion is almost acceptable. Give you an EPS relay. Your armor, yeah, I mean that's a lot of damage, Shepherd, but not crazy about you, Hoover. We have Cardenas, we have Walker, I have Ares, I have Nimitz, I have Shenandoah, the Crossfield. Right, impress me, Crossfield. Ah! This is the Discovery. Hell yeah. Science quarters is the way to go for all these inertial dampers. You can have the experimental ride, I believe. Excess energy cavitation gives jump charge time minus 25%, quite good, but for the time being, I'm just gonna give you a science console. Better evasion. Yep, okay, so Crossfield class advanced cruiser build cost plus 20%, jump charge time minus 50%, that's huge. Weapons damage plus 15, shield HP plus 20. That shield HP doesn't do as much, but the evasion is, it's okay. Honestly, it's nothing to write home about right now, but it's getting there. These are 8.38, and those are my, barely. Are these better? No, the pulse phaser banks are better. Photon torpedoes, boop, boop, boop. And use final phase cannon. Prohibitive cost. Ha! Prohibitive, I don't know the meaning of the word. Let's give you armor and HP. Delightful. This will be the Crossfield. Now in Fleet Manager, I need a new design in this fleet. These NX classes are going to go, and they're going to go quickly. Sublight speed matters a lot to me. Speed of 103, 103, 108, 115, 134. God, these are so fast. Evasion of 45, evasion of 41. You know, the angles are making a convincing case for themselves, but this is the only advanced cruiser, and advanced cruisers are the only things that are going to be able to take advantage of experimental warp drives, and I'm very interested in those. So I'm gonna go with this. Can I make a quick comparison between a Crossfield and a... So our NX class take up 11 each, a Crossfield takes up twice as much. Okay, you better be twice as good. HP of 2800, 1600 armor. Well, the armor is twice as good. Speed slower. Evasion is worse. Damage output is more than twice as good. I'm not happy with it, but I can settle for it. Let's go ahead and start reinforcing the fleet with our Crossfield types. I'm not convinced, but the promise of
Anomaly detected.
advanced warp drives sells me. Objects in space, sensors have dedicated an object of indeterminable size in orbit of Haskins 1. Well, it's been about an hour. I'm gonna keep streaming, but we're gonna get to the end of this month and I'll put in a cut. Ooh, thanks for hanging out. I am very sleepy. I worked and slept all day, and neither in an adequate amount. Had a very short shift and then took a lot of micro naps, which just left me more tired than I would have been if I had taken a normal nap. Yeah. You do? There'll be another episode up tomorrow. Until then, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silly stuff. Until tomorrow, I'm going to say toodaloo, take care, I'll see you later, bye-bye.